Well, good evening, Mr. President, Mrs. First Lady, and the distinguished members of the Radio and Television Correspondents' Dinner. You know, when I accepted the honor of performing here tonight, one thought crossed my mind, and that was, please, God, don't let me bomb in front of the President. Anyways, the dinner was great. You enjoyed the dinner? We had some salmon. Yeah, it was delicious. It was great, and I thought it was refreshing to see Democrats serve something other than subpoenas for a change. I thought that was nice, you know. I'll be doing some jokes later. I just thought I'd. As Mr. Harledge knows, of course, TV has become a very tough game. You got to stay competitive, you know. As we all know, ABC's Good Morning America is in a little turmoil, you know, a little trouble, a little rating trouble. And they're considering a lot of ways now, you know, to boost the ratings. And I don't know, I think they're getting a little desperate. I heard that next week Charles Gibson will announce he's a lesbian. I mean, is that going to help anything? Nobody wants to hear that. And also today I took a visit to the White House. For any of you who haven't taken a visit to the White House, unbelievable. So, you know, awe-inspiring and, you know, very rich in history, so beautiful, you know. Although I did notice a kind of an odd sign on the president's desk. It said, the yen stops here. Have you seen it? What the hell does that mean? The yen? I thought it was the buck stops here, I'd always heard. You got to hand it to the president. His injury is not holding him back from doing the business of the nation, you know. In fact, he just nominated Major General Claudia Kennedy as the Army's first female three-star general. And I think that's great, you know. She's doing a great job. Apparently, the only thing she's having trouble with, she's having difficulty figuring out how to sexually harass herself. She doesn't know how to... What's that? Guy yells my name for no reason. I like that Madonna's baby thing.
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Oh,
you know,
thanks.
I really have to give it to that guy that's the father, you know, Carlos...
Leon.
Carlos Leon.
Or Carlos Leon, I forget which one.
Because you got to have a lot of guts. That means he had sex with Madonna without a condom. Right? That's great.
You know what I always admire about you, Norm? You like to set the tone right away. You like to come out and sort of set the table for everybody and say, this is what we'll be doing.
This guy was telling me all kinds of stuff. He told me that, he said, I don't know if you know this. This is an interesting thing. He told me, did you know that elephants do not really have a good memory?
I didn't know that. Is that true?
Well, that's what this guy said. And then,
well, then it must be true.
he also said that on, you know that show Star Trek?
Yeah?
He said the actual name of the starship was not the Star Trek. It was the Enterprise.
These are gems for people at home. I hope they're writing them down.
I like that Madonna's baby thing.
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Oh,
you know,
thanks.
I really have to give it to that guy that's the father, you know, Carlos...
Leon.
Carlos Leon.
Or Carlos Leon, I forget which one.
Because you got to have a lot of guts. That means he had sex with Madonna without a condom. Right? That's great.
Oh.
So, but one big news story: Twister is the big what do you call it? Movie, yeah. Twister's the big movie, and I got some news. Apparently now they're thinking about Oscars for the movie.
Yeah.
They're thinking of Best Actor for The Wind. Before the show, you said that stunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were right.
I did. They showed me a sheet of some stuff Norm might talk about. We all know these are completely spontaneous. And I picked that one out. I circled it and said, that ain't going to work. I know this crowd.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm your friend. I'm looking out for you. But you got other ones that I thought were terrific.
Yeah, I didn't like them that much. But it was very thrilling. The big thing was he forced them to do this. The big problem that Clinton has is this thing where he's going to pardon the McDougalls.
He may or may not pardon him. Yeah, people don't know. The Whitewater people, we call them here at the show.
And he said today he was on the Good Morning America show, Clinton, and he said that he says he may pardon the McDougalls if they're, if they go to jail, he may pardon them. And then they asked him, they said, what about Hillary if she, if she is, because she's also a co-conspirator.
Yeah, if she gets sent away.
If she gets sent away, will he pardon her? And Clinton said, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the time, he said.
That was so sweet, you moved into three-point range and up and at the last second fouled. All right.
I don't know about politics. All I know is yesterday it was windy.
Now, you see, to me...
Know that,
right? Yeah. To me, Norm, this sounds like a topic you can sink your teeth into.
Yeah, exactly.
It was windy.
This is what the people really care about. Yesterday in New York, you guys know how windy it was, right? I'll tell you, it was so windy. I was walking down the street. I seen a robin. You know them robins?
Yeah.
He was pulling like a worm out of the ground.
Yeah.
Got whiplash. I never saw anything like it. You know robins pull worms out of the ground? No, I never seen a robin.
Your mind's always going.
I'm always thinking about the jokes from the paper, so I can come on, especially when I come on your show,
Sure.
You know how I come on your show and I always try to have some jokes from the newspaper?
Sort of like now, yeah.
So here's the joke I got.
Yeah.
Y'all know about this woman, right, from Denmark that left her baby out in the street?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, folks? Yeah. I don't like it either. I don't think that's right.
Yeah. Good joke.
Oh, no. That was the premise I was stating.
Update would be so easy for you. It would be such a great gig if that's all you did.
That's all I
What do
did.
you think about that, Boo? Yeah, all right. And in another story, President Clinton hurt his knee. What do you think? Oh, too bad. Yeah, okay.
No, the point of it is this. I have a joke about it.
Okay.
Because they got reunited today.
Oh.
It was in the newspaper, in the New York Post and the New York Daily News. And so I was thinking, now they're flying back to Denmark, and this crazy woman puts the baby out on the wing.
Let me ask you something. Now, I knew you when you started here in L.A., but you're from Canada.
Yeah.
You started in Canada. I did some gigs in Canada, and it's a little different, isn't it?
It's kind of rough there because they got like a lot of people that like hate me.
Oh, well, that could be a disadvantage.
That's rough going in. But it was all like, you go to these crazy places like Medicine Hat or Red Deer.
Yeah.
Or I played one place, Head Smashed In, Buffalo Jump. It was a crazy place.
Yeah.
And you know how I got his name? It was a guy, in the old days, the buffalo used to run and open in the plains. It was beautiful, way back in the 70s. And they would run. And so the way they'd catch him is, Jay, they'd dig a hole with a shovel.
Right. Dig a hole. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And then they dig the hole with the shovel, and then the buffalo, they're dumb animals. They just run, and run, and then fall into the hole, right? So one time this Indian dude, a brave, he was digging the hole, and he didn't hear all the buffaloes were already running. And then all the buffaloes fell on his head and smashed it in. So then they called the town Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump. It's a very unwieldy name.
Really unwieldy.
Do you have plans, Norm? We're only a few days into the new year. Do you have plans?
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to see happen? Any resolutions?
I have my resolutions. I always make resolutions.
That's good. Yeah.
And I think that the big mistake people make when they make their resolutions is they overreach, They make resolutions that they can't possibly...
Set their goals too high.
They set their goals too high, so then they're only setting themselves up for failure. So what I do is I do the opposite. I set my goals low, knowing that I will reach them.
That's right. And when you do, you check them off.
I check them
Feel
off.
good about yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had 2 this year. One is I'm going to get a haircut. I know I'll be able to do that. And the second one is I'm going to watch that TV show, Run Away with the Rich and Famous.
Oh. Those are your resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you.
So I know.
Have you, Norm, have you seen a doctor?
About what?
Oh, about anything. You just look like you're a little off your game a bit.
Well, I got the laryngitis.
Yeah, I know you got the laryngitis.
We've got one.
Do you think the LGBT community, do you know, first of all, do you even know what it stands for?
Yeah.
What is that for?
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender.
Is it? I don't know if you're right. But,
I mean, you can make up whatever acronyms you want.
well, you got a computer, you can look it up.
I'm not going to look up what LGBT means.
Well, somebody
I know what
can tell us.
LGBT means.
I don't
just
think that's
told
what
you.
it means. Because B, I mean, all B's are G.
All bisexuals are gay?
Well, yeah. Obviously, right?
Well, they have gay components they can be attracted
all
to.
B's are G. All L's are B. I'm sorry.
Well, you're saying all bisexuals
I'm
are
trying
gay
to
and
do some
lesbian.
syllogisms. No. I'm saying, do you think any of them go, I wonder if those, do you ever think at the meetings they go, could I, because in their community, the LGBT community, I don't know where it exists, where they have their headquarters, but do you ever think the L's, the G's, and the B's go, I have an idea. The T's, I think it's LGB sounds good. And then somebody else would go, somebody with a hat that looked like Carmen Miranda's would go, no, I like LGBT. And then the other person, you're going to get a lot of trouble for this segment.
I'm not.
What?
I'm not.
I love everybody. You know what I mean?
Without
love, what do we got? I don't care if a guy's a guy, a girl, a guy, girl. I couldn't care less. I love them all.
What do you make of...
I'll have sex with any of them.
So you're the B.
Huh?
You're the B.
No, I'm a person that is so tolerant that I would have sex with an L, a G, a B, or a T. Isn't that nice? But I would not have sex with a straight person.
Do we have one more question from Scott? Scott, jump back in and you can wrap us up.
You asked me
here.
about my podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, Periscope did.
Yeah,
Is
Periscope.
it coming back?
Yeah, the problem with my podcast, I only get guests that are interesting, unlike you. You have to just, whoever they throw in here, you have to.
Yeah, but you're good. You're interesting.
I'm all right. If we could start it all over, I would,
What would you start with?
First of all, I just start with how much I love Caitlyn Jenner and how courageous I think she is. And all transgenders, are courageous, except the ones that are serial killers. I don't care for them. I'm torn, actually, with the because I love the part of them that is transgender so much. There's only been 2 in the history of the world,
Transgender people or transgender serial killers?
Transgender serial killers. Ed Gein, and there was another fellow. Lady. And so I'm torn because the transgender part of them I love so much, and the serial killer part of them, I don't care for that. And then
it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh, no crown needed our all as the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
You know, let me just go out on a limb here and say, I am against psychosexual sadists who slay people.
But it's a difficult balance because, on the other hand,
I love transgenders so much.
Yeah,
I love them.
Well,
you know, if I could have sex with a transgender every day for the rest of my life, I'd be a happy man.
as long as they're not straight.
Yeah, I don't want no straight people. I don't like straight people.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Norm,
Everybody but straight people.
Everybody
I
but
love.
straight people.
Straight people, I got no use for. Now, you're a good man.
I got to kick you out.
All right, baby.
Otherwise, your publicist.
I love you, man.
I love you too, Norm.
It was really nice. I mean, I don't love you in that way.
Well,
Unless
I'm not straight.
Yeah. Are
Much
you?
more coming up, Norm.
Are you?
Watch this space.
All right.